Your whole life can change in just 30 days. And I'll tell you how. Hey everybody, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Genesis if you're new here. And as you can tell by the title of this video, I'll be talking about how you can quantum leap in just 30 days. I've been putting off making this video, but I'm running out of time, you guys, okay? I am 2 weeks into my quantum shift and things are moving fast. Very, very fast, okay? So, a little backstory. I just had my first kid. He just turned 1. I've been living with his dad I've been living with his dad and his family, and I love them dearly. I'm extremely grateful for them, especially in this point in my life. Being a mom's hard. But you know, it's time for me to get back on my feet, get back to work. Not get back to work, because fuck that, okay? But get back to creating, get back to being me. I needed a car, I needed a new home, a space of my own. I just needed freedom. Like I said, I'm 2 weeks into this shift, okay? I've gotten back to working, making money. I got a car a week ago. And today, in an hour, I'm going to sign a lease for my new apartment. And for those of you that know me, y'all know that this shit just happened overnight. Like, granted, there's a lot of work that goes into this. Don't get it confused. There's a lot of work that went into this, but when I tell you, 2 weeks ago, this was just an idea. This was a thought in my mind. It was a hope and a dream, okay? So let's get into how to make all your dreams come true. How to be a master manifester. Because baby, if you want it, it's yours. Do you hear me? So these are not in any particular order. It's not a step-by-step. It's just things that I've noted along the way that made a drastic improvement and really accelerated this. These are things that I've been learning my whole life, okay? I've been learning and mastering my whole life, but it's been 2 weeks that I've been actually applying them and being consistent. Step number 1, romanticize everything, okay? I mean everything. Waking up in the morning, having a breakfast you like, your morning coffee, your morning shit, okay? Romanticize everything. Life is beautiful, okay? And it needs more whimsy, if you ask me. Be whimsical, bitch, okay? And when I say romanticize, it's not like, oh, the grass is green, the sky is blue. Like, yes, okay, whatever. But let's be fucking for real. Romanticize means, like, just be in love with everything you do. In love with what you wear. In love with how you look. In love with what you eat. Like, be love. Exude love. Okay? Because you can't attract it if you're not putting it out into the world. So romanticize everything. Even if your life fucking sucks. Even if you're in school and you're working 2 jobs. If you're grinding. Like, you're a single parent. You don't know where your next meal is going to come from. I know this is not what you want to hear, because it's very hard to put yourself into a positive mindset when you're in a negative mindset. But take baby steps, you know. Just wake up being grateful. Grateful that you woke up today, you know. Start there. And you'll start to see a snowball effect. Step 2, meditate, okay? Not the sitting crisscross applesauce going on meditation. When I say meditation, it's really getting into your body, whatever that looks like for you. If it is being still, if it's doing yoga, if it's exercising, if it's praying, whatever helps you to quiet the noise in your head and get into your body. And I don't know, like, there's a space that you unlock when you are still, when you are truly meditating, and you can get into that peaceful flow state, whatever that looks like for you. Even if it means painting, you know what I mean? Some form of meditation, some form of locking in a way. But yeah, whatever that looks like for you, do that. For me, it's been yoga. I started taking a yoga teacher training course. Prior to this course, I thought yoga was just stretching, to be honest with you. But through this course, I've been learning so much about anatomy, about your breath, about your mind and your body. So for me, it's getting into yoga, holding certain postures, and just doing things that I didn't know I was capable of doing. Sometimes for me, it's also dancing, you know? So it really depends. But getting yourself into that state of meditation, kind of checking out of reality for a minute, it will help get your mind where it needs to be so that you can jump. Because if you're stuck in the rat race, if you're stuck in, I don't know, wherever you live, for me, I live in America, but if you're stuck in the mindset of the society that you live in, get up, go to work, eat shit, die, you know what I mean? You're not gonna, I'm not gonna say you're not gonna get to where you want to be, but it's gonna take a lot longer. And we're trying to do this in 30 days, okay? Step 3, act like the person that you want to embody, okay? Whether that is your favorite celebrity, you know what I mean? Whether it's just the image you have of the better version of yourself, whoever it is, act like that motherfucker, okay? So my biggest problem is I'll get up, I'll wash my ass, I'll eat. I gotta go somewhere, I'm throwing on sweatpants and a hoodie. My hair looks a mess. I haven't put on makeup. I feel like a bum. I look like a bum. And that's how the world perceives me, okay? So, as you can see, I look a little cute today. You know, makeup is done. Hair is going through some things right now, but it's pulled back. It looks presentable, you know. A little accessory here and there. I got my nails done, and I don't do my nails, okay? I haven't done my nails most of my life, but I'm going into my soft girl era. We do our nails over here, okay? Hands and feet, all right? So embodying that person that you want to become helps you become that person, okay? Because if you can't become Beyonce if you're a bum. I don't know if Beyonce's canceled. I don't know what's happening in the world right now, but that's just the first thing that came to my mind. Don't be a bum. Don't be a bum. Step 4, visualization. Visualize where you want to be, how you want to be, how you want to feel, 17 seconds, yada, yada, yada. It works, okay? But you kind of have to be a little bit delusional about it. And when I say delusional, I mean delusional. Disclaimer, this is not a good practice for people who are ungrounded, okay? If it takes a little bit to push you over the edge and to make you spiral, don't do this. Please don't do this. Okay, I don't need anybody crashing out, losing their shit because of something I told them to do. Don't do this. But for everybody else, you kind of have to be a little bit delusional. The past 2 weeks that I've been looking at apartments, right? I kind of visualize myself living in these places. You know what I mean? Like, yes, how it would feel to wake up here, how it would feel to live here, how it would feel to pay these bills. You know what I mean? But taking it a step further, I start to envision, okay, what furniture I need, what's gonna go here, what's gonna go there, what angle my bed is gonna go, like down to a T. You know what I mean? I have the whole floor plan mapped out in my head, what color curtains, what color rug, you know what I mean? And it's bad because I don't know if I'm gonna get approved. They could deny me. Somebody else could take the apartment, and then it's like, oh, I got my hopes up for nothing. And that did happen a couple times, but I don't know. I have this thing in my life where it's like I don't have expectations anymore. God, I can't talk. I don't really have expectations anymore. If it happens, it happens. If it's for me, it will be. But if not, keep it pushing, you know? So if you don't have that mindset, it can be very tough to deal with that level of rejection and disappointment because you kind of did just envision your children growing up here, you know what I mean? So do with that what you will, you know? Moving on. 5. Delusion and audacity. You know, we kind of talked about the delusion a little bit. Audacity, somebody's gonna have it, okay? Somebody's gonna have the audacity. Is it gonna be you, or is it gonna be the next person? That's what you gotta decide. And I'm at this point in my life, I'm realizing I'd rather it be me, okay? Because when the shoe is on the other foot, it don't feel right. So you gotta have a little bit of audacity just to get where you want to be. And when I say audacity, I don't mean like, don't be out here just being an asshole, you know what I mean? But like, be assertive, be so confident in yourself and your dream and your goals. It's gonna happen, you know what I mean? Don't allow any doubt into your mind, whether it's self-doubt or your mom saying, hey, I don't know if that's gonna work out. It's gonna work out, okay? That's besides the point. You have to have that level of audacity. You know, trick the universe a little bit, because if not, what are you gonna do? Stay where you are now? Not doing that. So yeah, have some audacity, please. Number 7. This ain't for everybody, okay? But if you know, you know. Spiritual practices, woo-woo spiritual practices, okay? I'm not talking full-blown witchcraft or anything, okay? But like a spiritual practice that has helped me. Prime example, yesterday was Thursday. Thursdays, I do my financial planning, my budgeting. I just go over my finances in every aspect. Thursday is the day, is ruled by Venus, okay? Shout out to Kale. My best friend, she's always talking about this, but it's ruled by Venus, and it's a great day to manifest money. So what I've been doing recently is I will do some kind of money manifestation, whether it's wearing green, whether it's burning cinnamon, doing like a money spell. I haven't done one for a while because I don't know, I did one once and my money got fucked up, so I don't know if I did something wrong, but yeah, no. But I just do like a money mantra. Money loves my company, money comes to me easily, okay? And since I've been doing this, money just shows up randomly. I'll have somebody book a tattoo session that they talked about 2 years ago, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, I was not expecting that at all, you know? Or, you know, just random stuff. I think I made $150 the one day randomly. But yesterday, I think I got 2 tattoo deposits out of nowhere, and the lady called me about the apartment and was like, yeah, you're approved. You want to come, you know, put the deposit down and sign the lease tomorrow? Absolutely. Okay, absolutely, honey. So Thursdays, money manifestation, if you get into that. 7, 8, 9, 10, I don't know. Next one, doing the work, okay? I feel like every time I see a video like this and they're like, quantum leap in 2 hours. You just get in the shower and then you say something and then you get out and then you're in a mansion with $1 million. It doesn't work like that, okay? As much as I'm sure everybody wished it worked like that, it doesn't work like that. You still have to do the work. You know, whatever your situation is, the best way to go about it is just breaking things up. One small task at a time, one task a day, whatever works for you, do the work. And be real with yourself, you know what I mean? You have to sit with yourself a lot of the times. Am I really being delusional? You know, is this attainable? And then, you know, if yes, okay, full steam ahead, you know? But a lot of the times we just go through life and we're not present. That was the biggest thing for me, being present, taking charge of my life, because there was a couple years where I was just, oh, fuck it, you know, I'm just going with the flow. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening here. I kept saying those things, and that's another thing. You have to be very, very careful with what you say, especially how you say it. Because like I said, there was years where I'm just saying, I don't know. I just work here. You know, I don't know what the fuck's going on. And you have to take accountability at some point, because it is your life. It's not your mom and your dad's fault for why you are the way you are at your big grown age of, you know, however old you are. But you have to be accountable at some point, because if not, your life is just going to continue to flow in whatever direction you're going. So be accountable, do the work, sit with yourself, and be fucking real. Okay? Love you, Pookie. Yeah, no more numbers because I don't even know what number we're on. So next step, okay? Keeping your space clean, okay? I know we're talking about hygiene on a Quantum Leap video, I know, but it's for real. I truly believe, you know, they say cleanliness is the closest to godliness, or however they say it, whoever they are. But it's true. If your space is cluttered, if your space is dirty, if your space is filthy, you are not going to get to where you want to be anytime soon. Okay? You need to clean up your space to allow that good ass energy to flow through. Yeah, that was the point. But like for me, I have to wake up in the morning. I have a kid, so like shit is everywhere all the time. So I wake up in the morning when I start my day and I pick up and set my space for the day. If not, I notice I have a terrible day. I mean, maybe not always a terrible day, but I don't always have the best day. I don't always feel so productive. I just don't always feel great, you know? So if my space is not, you know, at least decent, it affects my mentals. And when your mentals are affected, throw the rest of the day away, you know? So keep your space clean. Light a candle, light some incense, you know, let some sunlight in, let some fresh air in, okay? Humans are plants. We need fresh air and sunlight, okay? We're not meant to live in dark caves and shit. So keep your space clean, and that is another way to keep your energy clean, light and clean. I don't know. I'm getting sleepy. This is the longest video I have ever made, okay? And this is 19 minutes and 35 seconds before editing. So we will see what makes the cuts. Exercise kind of goes along with meditation and all that stuff, but exercise is another big one. Me personally, I notice on the days or the weeks where I don't get to exercise as much as I like to, I don't have a good day. I don't have a good week. I'm sure there's some hormones and all that great stuff that just gets released. But like on a spiritual level, discipline is very important. Discipline is extremely important, okay? And physical discipline, for one, is kind of like, it's like a love note to yourself. It's like, I love you, so I'm going to take care of you. This doesn't always feel great, but it's for your best interest. You know what I mean? So when you communicate that to your vessel, you know, as within, so without, as above, so below. When you communicate that to your vessel, you then communicate that outward. You know what I mean? Because of course, like, you go outside and you see somebody that looks fit, you're like, oh, that's not easy to do. You know, they put a lot of work into their body. They love themselves. You know what I mean? So again, it's about perception. How you treat yourself is a part of how other people view you. You know what I mean? Boop, 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 boop. Don't settle. If not for my best friend's advice, I would not be here. In my Quantum Leap, I would not be. Boop, boop, you know what I mean? So I was trying to change my life for a while now. I've been trying to change my life, and I've felt like nothing has been happening. I haven't been making any progress. I'll get my hopes up, and then I'm getting disappointed, and things aren't going the way I want. My best friend was like, bitch, you need to decide, okay? You need to move with clarity, with intention, and you need to decide, where do you want to live, okay? How do you want to live? Do you want 1 bedroom? Do you want 2 bedrooms? Do you want a house? Do you want an apartment? Make a decision, okay? Down to the T. She was saying, you know, you need to decide. Do you want stainless steel appliances? Do you want carpet? Do you want hardwood flooring? Do you want a washer and dryer? Bitch, what do you want? And I kept saying, oh, I don't know. And I'm communicating that to the universe. So I'm saying, I don't know what I want. So the universe is like, well, I don't know what to give you. You know what I mean? She told me to sit down and write down what I wanted in an apartment. I already have the car. What do I want in an apartment? Wrote it out to the T. I did miss one thing. I missed that I want an aesthetic apartment. Okay, but we'll talk more about that later because that's a whole nother video. That was the only thing that I left off of my list. So I wrote that list the next morning. I'm looking at places, and this was like maybe a week ago that I did this. And then I started finding places that I wanted, and then I started getting approved for places that I wanted. And like I said, now I'm going to go sign the lease. That wouldn't have happened if I wasn't clear in what I wanted. You know what I mean? So be clear, move with intention, and fucking decide, okay? But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all that I wrote down. If I think of anything else, I'll make another video. I can't wait to update you guys on my new life in 2 weeks. So today is Friday, March 20th. My internal calculator is not working right now, but in 2 weeks, I will update you guys on what my new life is looking at. I will be moving into my place. So yeah. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I hope that you found this information useful, and I would like to hear how you apply it, if you apply it, what your 30-day quantum leap looks like. And hey man, I'm new to this YouTube stuff, okay? Like sitting down, talking to a camera and all that stuff. So if I stutter, if I fucking tweak out, don't mind me, you know what I mean? I'm getting used to it. This is part of my journey of not being afraid of being seen. So I hope you enjoyed the content. If you want to talk shit in the comments. I'll read them. See you guys later. Bye.